1.
Okay, welcome everybody to advanced round 3. So we will introduce ourselves one more time for the benefit of our audience. I'm the moderator, Lisa Massoni from California.
Be the second moderator and protest moderator, Jeremy Walker from Indiana.
Magistra Cambria from Pennsylvania. I'm your timekeeper.
Gwen Jacobson from Virginia. I will be announcing scores.
And I'm Austin Chu from Tennessee. I'm the backup scorekeeper.
All right. Sorry, multitasking again. Keep checking the SCED app for upcoming sessions. Don't forget that many colloquia are pre-recorded and you can listen to them anytime. By participating in this session, you are agreeing to abide by the NJCL Code of Conduct and the guidelines, which I will go over. Do not record any audio or video without express permission. The moderator and the tech assistant have the authority to remind participants of the guidelines and to remove a participant from Zoom for not following the guidelines and or the NJCL Code of Conduct. As a reminder, please wait to be recognized to answer a toss-up. Even if you appear first on your own screen, Zoom will sometimes prioritize your own buzz, so we'll go with the order that's on my screen. For our audience members, please keep your cameras and microphones off. At the score checks at 5, 10, and 15, feel free to clap with the Zoom reactions or type encouraging words into the chat. At 19, we ask that it be clapping reactions only so we can proceed to that last question. And at the end of the round, audience members are free to turn on their cameras and microphones. I'm going to go ahead and read the Aurelia passage for you so you can hear how I pronounce Latin. It's in the chat if you want to look at it. Aurelia, cui urbs placebat, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua ingenti, et equo suo. Tredecam ludos magnos Iois, in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectamant. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recurre coipit. Echo. Do you guys have any questions about my pronunciation? Players, please remember not to do anything that might be construed as consultation, including gestures or any communication with other players, coaches, or audience members. During a bonus, you can communicate with your own teammates by voice or Zoom chat. There should be no exclamations about consultation or other rules or procedures during a question in progress. And a reminder again that if a player has a question during a toss-up, speak up and let me know before you buzz in. Moderators have discretion to make rulings during the rounds. If there is an issue that you want to take further, please direct it to the Certamen chair. Please be polite and respectful of our judgment. We'll take a minute to see the team captains. I know that they were identified. So Tennessee 1, Isabel, Arizona 1, Lorenzo, and Florida 1, Robert. I see you there. Okay. During discussion of a bonus, whoever says final answer, that answer will be taken. Once time is called, the next thing said by the team will be considered the final answer. All right. Any questions? All right. So we just have to wait for the go-ahead. And so we do have some other rooms with candidates. So it might be a little while. So I just want to make sure that you know that we might be sitting here. I know it's always hard for me to sit and wait. So take a sip of water, shake out your fingers. Um,
Do you want to do the practice question now?
um, let me just see what the discussion has been. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait just because we are live, and even though it doesn't count for points, I don't want to spoil the fun for the other rooms. So what has been your best thing at convention so far? Mine, I really liked the graphic arts showcase at General Assembly yesterday. There were some really fabulous pieces. So that was a highlight for me. Lorenzo says Agon. What impression do you get of the number of teams in Agon? Because many fewer students take Greek than Latin, right? So is it a smaller group?
It is a smaller group, but I don't let my not taking Greek impede me from doing Agon.
Oh, you don't take Greek? Are there questions about the Greek language?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I just bank on like little factoids and etymology stuff.
oh, that's great. That's great.
Okay.
Yeah, I took some Greek in college, but it's been a long time since I read any Greek.
I might actually be taking Greek next year, though, so who knows?
That's great.
Yeah.
Does your high school have it, or would that be at college?
No, at my high school.
Cool.
Yeah.
Robert, did you have, were you participating in any of like roll calls or like yesterday's any like things?
I was in Florida's roll call, yes.
Okay, because I don't recognize you, but I recognize your room because my daughter was like, well, somebody has trophies. Yeah, I think the craziest roll call yesterday was from Louisiana. I made my kids watch it and they were like, Mommy, what is that? I'm like, well, maybe if you will start learning Latin, you will learn what that is. Yeah, but roll calls were fun.
The roll call was fun. I really enjoyed those two. People are so creative.
I know. Then like there's only 4 of us, and like four kids and me, so we didn't even know what to do, so we were like, let's just do something. But some people went all the way in, which makes me think I need to take some kind of movie classes so I can piece it together if nobody else can. But good job, guys. Very good. Representing the state.
All right, so I have another question for you. If you've been to a in-person convention, what do you miss most about, that we can't do in this format? For me, it's, fellowship, being actually in the same room with the students from the different schools that I don't know, and like getting to know students from all over California.
I miss like the little interactions you'd have with people that you
Yeah.
can't really accomplish with a virtual convention.
Yeah, it's definitely, I'm glad that we have, I'm glad that we were able to do it some way. And it actually, both this year and last year, it worked out better than I thought it would. So.
Yeah, kind of along the same lines. I kind of miss having lunch together in like this cafeteria. Those really like you get to meet new people, new friends. That was nice from experience.
We
did you guys
Before pandemic, we always had our conventions at Penn State, and it's huge campus. And two things that I miss the most is walking around Penn State campus in togas, because that's usually like such a scene, because it's like hundreds of kids in togas and we have to cross like a major highway. So all the cars are just like piling and start honking, because that's just like so impressive, and that just like makes everybody so much more excited, and everybody like starting to cheer all kind of, or recite the Roman oratories, because that's the only thing that anybody can say in Latin at this point. And another thing that we have at Penn State is absolutely amazing creamery, because Penn State has an agricultural program. So we have like cows in there and cornfields that kids themselves plant, and they do all the dairy stuff. So the creamery has tastes like peachy paterno and things like that, and that's where usually kids all flock together between the events, and that's where the most like social interaction happens, and I miss it so much. Yep.
Ice cream, that sounds good. UConn has a creamery too, and there was an ACL institute there that ice cream was a big part of the experience, and that was all teachers. Like we teachers were wondering how many times a day we could walk to the creamery. Yeah. So there's still a lot of discussion going on about what to do about these candidates, because evidently the meeting is running long. So thank you for your patience.
This year, I didn't hear any like fun questions. Like there was no Cinema Romana. There was no like, I don't know. Are we gonna have in the last round any fun questions?
There was a Braveheart question, right?
There was a Braveheart question. There was in the intermediate round. There was one about Peter
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember.
Wait, that might have been during a practice, or I don't know.
No, you're right. Braveheart, I think, was round 1 or 2.
I think I remember you specifically doing that question.
Oh,
it was very good. It was very good.
Oh my gosh, the pop culture in World Series of Certamen. Like, I have never played Animal Crossing. I had no idea what the memes. Like, some years I sort of know the pop culture. I guess maybe because I haven't been in person with my students, like I've lost any total connection. Even though I have a 13-year-old in my house. I need her to give me a crash course in pop culture. So yeah. And then there was a question to which the answer was Among Us, which I should have gotten, but someone in my room rang in so early that yeah.
I think Among Us is kind of like already past,
Is it? Yeah, my daughter's definitely not playing it as much as she was a year ago. Yeah.
I don't even know what's the new thing. What's the new thing? What are you guys playing? What's like the thing now, besides TikTok and all kind of silly things in there? Lorenzo, you look like professional gamer. You've got to be playing something.
Oh, not at all, actually. Maybe I don't know what to think of that. I really don't play games. It might just be my headphones. My brother hates noise, so I wanted it to be as quiet as possible. Yeah. Okay. I am not a professional gamer. I don't game.
Okay.
No Ludo.
Okay. I thought that you like that hardcore Discordian, The thing I hated the most this year was Certamen on Discord,
I love that. I love that.
Oh my gosh. I'm just like so past this whole Discord thing. So it was like students have to register me, then they had to like, Mrs. Cambria, you put this button, then you click this. Do you see the lounge up there? That's where you need to. It was just so embarrassing. Thank God for my students who are like not giving up on me.
Yeah.
We
I-
did it in our state. We did it on Zoom, for which I was glad because we were already using Zoom at school. So,
I think the coolest part of the Discord Certamen is that once you buzz in, are you talking about the Certamen thing?
Yeah.
It was actually pretty cool. It allowed for when someone buzzed in that the moderator would automatically be muted.
Yeah.
To prevent like kind of like that like getting
Yep.
yeah. That's the only time I've actually ever used Discord is for Certamen. I can proudly say that I'm like Amish or something.
You're Amish? Are there Amish people?
No. I was kidding. I was just saying I don't.
I'm kidding too, but I'm just like,
yeah.
okay, wait. Are there
Yeah.
Amish in Arizona? Do you have
Yeah.
Amish people?
Yeah. No, not really. I mean, I don't know. Is that offensive to Pennsylvanians? I don't know if it is. I'm sorry.
Nah.
Yeah.
My neighbor is an exiled Amish guy.
Yikes.
Yes, can you believe it? It happens.
Yeah.
But he does. Yeah, Mark, totally like Arizona Amish. It's just sounds like mafia, Arizona Amish. This alliteration makes it perfect. Yeah.
Since this is the advanced round, and so we have some of the older students here, how many have been to an in-person NJCL? Pretty good representation here.
Nice. I've never been to in-person NJCL. Maybe next year, Louisiana. I can imagine.
I hope so. I really hope so. So one of the other rooms is telling convention horror stories, and one room is talking about hair products.
Oh, that's true, Lorenzo. You're like close there.
Yeah. My teacher, and I think the teacher of all but one on our team, Patrick Yagi.
Yes, the famous.
All right. We actually got the go ahead. We got
Yeah.
the go ahead to start. Lorenzo, I just want to comment that not only was Arizona supposed to be able to drive, I'm from California. I'm super sad because the last California convention was 13 years ago. So I'm very bummed to have missed out our turn. All right. We have the go ahead. Is everybody kind of back in their Certamen zone? If you happen to pull your phone out, make sure it's gone back away. And we will do the practice question for no points. This question does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of questions found in this tournament. Toss up 0. What 4-word phrase in the first few lines of the Aeneid expresses Virgil's incredulity at the vindictiveness of the gods? Tennessee 1.
Why tantai irai? Never mind.
Arizona 1.
Why tantai irai deum?
No. What 4-word phrase, Florida 1?
No answer.
The phrase given here is tantaine animis caelestibus irai. So since this is for no points, we won't pursue further whether your words actually came from that and would work. This 50 years of Certamen throwback question came from 1988 upper round 3 of NJCL Certamen. All right, let us proceed to the questions that are worth points. So we'll go ahead to toss up number 1. Toss up 1. What work of Latin literature which discusses literary issues such as beginning in medias res and the Deus ex machina in 476 hexameters? Arizona 2?
Ars Poetica.
That's correct. The question continued, addresses peripatetic theories on poetry and is written by Horace, and the answer is Ars Poetica. First bonus for Arizona. The Ars Poetica is alternatively titled Epistula ad Pisones. What other work does Horace alternatively refer to as Iambi?
Yeah. Oh, I think it's the epodes because I
Yeah,
know
that
the
sounds
epodes.
right.
Yeah, epodes is final answer.
That epodes is correct. Your second bonus, the Ars Poetica is sometimes placed in the second book of what other work of Horace, which contains lengthy letters to Augustus and Julius Florus on literary subjects.
Um,
It's like epistularum.
Yeah, it's like a pistuli or something.
I don't know if that's specific enough though, since we already got epistle. Let's just go with epistulae.
20 seconds.
Answer, please.
Epistulae, final answer.
Epistulae is correct, so that's 20 points for Arizona on toss-up 1. Toss-up 2. What Latin noun, formed from a Latin verb, meaning pretend, means image or statue? Tennessee 1?
In-store?
No. Florida 1?
Imago.
No. Arizona 1?
Effigies?
No. The word we were looking for is simulacrum. So no points on toss-up 2. Toss-up 3. On what island does a man strap on the gloves of Eryx to defeat a young boxer named Florida 1?
Sicily.
Yes, to defeat a young boxer named Darius during the funeral games for Anchises in the Aeneid, and Sicily is the answer. First bonus for Florida. Darius had earlier won the boxing match at whose funeral games?
So like
well, it's in Sicily, so probably Anchises.
Yeah. Anchises final.
No, it was Hector's. Your second bonus, during the archery contest at the games, what man's arrow miraculously catches fire?
Maybe like Mariones, but
okay, I got let's go that. Mariones final.
No, the answer to that one is Acestes. So that was 10 points for Florida on toss-up 3. Toss-up 4. Which hill hosted Domitian's large funeral monument to the Flavian dynasty, had the Forum of Trajan carved into it, and was the mythical Florida 3?
The Quirinal?
That's correct. And was the mythical home of Titus, Tatius, and the Sabine people? The answer is the Quirinal. First bonus for Florida. Which hill contained the site of the temple of Divus Claudius, which was temporarily commandeered for a grand fountain by Nero, and may have originally been named after its oak groves?
Okay, oak groves. Okay.
I think oak is like Quercus.
Yeah. What was the answer? What was the answer to toss-up?
Quirinal.
So yes.
It's not still Quirinal.
I guess the Viminal.
That wouldn't be related to oak.
Kylian?
30.
Yeah, Kylian maybe.
Answer, please.
Kylian.
At Kylian.
Okay, Kylian is the next thing I heard. That is correct. Your second bonus. What site on the edge of the Kylian Hill did Constantine choose for his first Christian cathedral? It later served as the residence for many popes and still stands today after many renovations and extensions.
I think it's St. Peter's.
Well, maybe be called would it be called Vatican or something? Like,
are you sure?
Well, I don't think that would be called.
I think it's called St. Peter's Cathedral.
I know, but I don't think at the time it was called like.
Okay. St. Peter's Basilica?
20 seconds.
I'm gonna say Vatican. Vatican final.
No, it's the Lateran or the Domus Laterani. The Vatican is actually on the other side of the river. So that was 15 points for, what team was that, Florida? On toss-up 4. Toss-up number 5. Give the form of au ferro that would appear in a Latin translation of this sentence. If only that man had not stole, Florida 1.
Obstulicet.
Obstulicet is correct. The sentence finished, if only that man had not stolen the gift. First bonus for Florida. Give the form of au ferro that would appear in a Latin translation of this sentence. I don't know by whom the gift was stolen.
Oops. So, okay, let's go. Au ferrator, I think. That's, well, I guess, wait, I'll. There. Yeah, like au ferrator final.
No, it would be ablatum sit. And your second bonus, now give the form of au ferro that would appear in a Latin translation of this sentence. I hope that we will steal the gift back.
Sabla, no sabla, tori, yes. Wait, so. I'd like ablatory, I don't know what, I'm very confused.
30 seconds.
Ablatory final.
So it needs to be ablatoris esse or ablatoris simus. And so that would be 10 points for Florida on toss-up 5, and we'll do a score check.
All right. After 5, we have Arizona with 20 points, Tennessee yet to score, and Florida with 35 points.
Okay, give me sorry about that. There are a few challenges to doing convention from home in that people at home need you sometimes. So we will go on to toss up number 6. All right, toss up number 6. On a trip to Rome in 40 BC, what minister of Hyrcanus convinced Florida 3?
Antipater.
Antipater is not correct. On a trip to Rome in 40 BC, what minister of Hyrcanus convinced Antony and Octavian to make him king of Judea? Arizona 1?
Antior.
No. On a trip to Rome in 40 BC, what minister of Hyrcanus convinced Antony and Octavian to make him king of Judea, which came Tennessee 1?
Lepidus?
No, the answer to this one is Herod. So that is no points on toss-up 6. Okay. Was there a question out there, or was okay? Let me just welcome Mr. Johnson. What would you like to do?
Whatever you prefer, you and Mr. Walker.
Okay. Jeremy, do you want him to take over either pasting or protests?
Protests would be fantastic.
Okay, so coaches, we have a new option for protests. So we will get that.
Renaming myself.
All right. We will proceed to toss up 7. Toss up 7. De scribamus nunc proprietates dictionum in hoc sententia. Grex discipulorum multos menses latinae studebant, quo melius examinibus fugarentur. Quies temporis, Florida 1.
Imperfecti.
That is correct. Quies temporis est studebant. Imperfecti is correct. First bonus for Florida. Dic Anglicae orationem casus verborum multos menses.
Can you paste the toss-up?
Yes, we could do that.
So say in English, the reason.
Seconds.
Answer,
wait.
please.
To do better on their exams.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Could you say one more time what you're giving as your answer?
To like do better on their exams.
No, it was asking for the reason for the case of the words multos menses and its extent or duration of time. Your second bonus, pro vocabulo melius dic formam positivam.
Can you? Thank you. So just bene, right? Yeah, bene final.
That is correct. 15 points for Florida on toss-up 7. Toss-up number 8. What deity caused the instant coming of age of Acarnan and Amphoterus, transformed the Myrmidons from ants to men, and Arizona 4?
Zeus.
Yes. And made a daughter of Inachus into a heifer, Zeus or Jupiter. First bonus for Arizona. What goddess made Jupiter promise to transform Aeneas's ships into nymphs and herself transformed Atalanta into a lioness?
I mean, this seems like Aphrodite, but
It's Aphrodite.
yeah, Aphrodite final.
No, it's actually Cybele.
Oh.
And your second bonus, what deity, in order to aid her husband, convinced Samathe to turn a wolf to stone?
Thanks. Husband, in order to aid her husband, convinced what god would actually want to help their husband? My guess is like, I don't know, like Hera. Yeah.
20 seconds.
Answer, please.
Hera, final.
It's Thetis. So that was 10 points for Arizona on toss-up 8. Toss-up number 9. In Latin literature, what name is shared by the title of an exhortation to philosophy written by Florida 1?
Protrepticus.
No. In Latin literature, what name is shared by the title of an exhortation to philosophy written by Cicero that caused Augustine's spiritual crisis and the man in Catullus 65 to whom Catullus addresses a letter accompanying a translation of Callimachus. This man was also a well-known orator who defended Verres. In Latin literature, Tennessee one?
Hortensius.
Hortensius is correct. First bonus for Tennessee. How many actiones in verum were written by Cicero?
Benjamin, do you have any clue?
I'd probably guess 3.
3?
Or
All right. That sounds like a good number. 3, final answer.
It's 2. Your second bonus, Catullus 66 contains the accompanying translation mentioned in the preceding letter to Hortensius. Catullus 66 is a translation of what poem of Callimachus?
I don't know.
I have no idea. No answer.
It's the Lock of Berenice. So that was 10 points for Tennessee on toss-up 9. Toss-up 10, the Battle of Bananas continues. Listen carefully to the following passage, which I will read twice and answer in Latin the question that follows. Ut hastas breves prohiberemus quominus nostros pedes ferirent, totiens saliebamus ut saltare videremur, nunc simiae nos deridebant et exclamabant, ecce illi homines sunt paucis arienis perteriti. Meminerimus imaginem eorum saltantium. Homines interdum sunt tam stulti. Rereading. Ut hastas breves prohiberemus quominus nostros pedes ferirent, totiens saliebamus ut saltare videremur. Nunc simiae nos deridebant et exclamabant, ecce illi homines sunt paucis arienis perteriti. Meminerimus imaginem eorum saltantium. Homines interdum sunt tam stulti. The question, quibus erant homines perteriti? Arizona 1.
Paucis arienis.
That is correct. The full question was quibus erant homines perteriti secundum simias, and paucis arienis works.
And can we get a preemptive paste of the passage in the chat, please?
Yes, it will be there momentarily.
Thank you.
Bonus 1. Quo modo homines arienas vita verunt?
How do they avoid the bananas? It would have to commodus nostros pedis ferient. Oh, they jumped. It looks like they jumped, I think. Or
They were retreating and jumping.
Retreating. So
Like pedes ferirent, I think that's it.
pede let's say pedes ferirent, final
30
answer.
seconds.
No, sorry, it would be saliebant or saliverant. Pedes ferirent means, well, never mind. Your second bonus, quotiens homines dementer segerunt.
See, how many and dementer, let's see, ecce illi homines paucis quotiens, totally blanking on what quotiens means. Does anyone have a guess? Uh,
30 seconds.
Stulti, final answer.
No, the answer is interdum. So that is 10 points for Arizona on toss-up 10, and it's time for another score check.
Alrighty, at the halfway point, we have Arizona with 40 points, Tennessee with 10 points, and Florida with 50 points.
All right. Good work, everybody. Let's proceed to the second half here. Toss-up 11. What man's crime was given away by Academus after he used the city of Aphidnae to hide the newly abducted Helen, leading the Dioscuri? Tennessee one?
Priam?
No. Florida one?
Paris.
No. Arizona one?
Aeneas.
No, this was Theseus. So the full sentence was, what man's crime was given away by Academus after he used the city of Aphidnae to hide the newly abducted Helen, leading the Dioscuri to abduct his mother Aethra in retribution. So no points on toss-up 11. Toss-up 12. Employing the same double envelopment tactic Hannibal would use at Cannae, what Spartan mercenary defeated Florida 3?
Xanthipus?
Yes, defeated Regulus in battle at the Bagratus Valley, and Xanthipus is the answer. First bonus for Florida. At what naval battle following Bagratus Valley were Carthage's sea forces crippled for the next 5 years?
Cape Hermione?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Cape Hermione.
What did you guys say?
Cape Hermione.
Defer to William.
Cape Hermione. Final answer.
Yes, that's correct. And your second bonus. Set back by the disaster at Bagratus and their own ships lost to storms, the Romans returned to Sicily and captured what Carthaginian fortress in 254 BC?
Panormus?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. Panormus, final.
Panormus is correct. 20 points for Florida on toss-up 12. Toss-up 13. Give the two Latin verbs and their meanings, which have the third principal part, crevi. Florida 1.
Cresco to increase and Carno to discern.
Yes. All right. Your Florida, your first bonus. Distinguish in meaning between the periphrastic verb constructions victurus sum and victurus sum.
Victurus sum is like I am going to win, and is there one of these that means like to bind or something? Like I'm going to bind.
20 seconds.
Live. I'm going to live. Maybe. What?
Answer, please.
I'm going to win, and I'm going to live. Final.
That is correct. And your second bonus, give the third and fourth principal parts for both the Latin verb edo, meaning to eat, and the Latin verb edo, meaning to bring forth.
So it's like a sum, I think, and then ed ditus. Like 80 asum or to eat, and ed ditum or to bring forth.
20 seconds.
Answer, please.
So Eddie and asum for tweet, and then ed diddy and editum for like to bring forth. Final.
That's correct. So that's 20 points on toss-up 13 for Florida. Toss-up 14. What author, perhaps inspired by a successful campaign against the Calaiki by his patron, Florida 1?
Accius.
Yes, by his patron Decimus Brutus, wrote a fabula praetexta on the successful overthrow of Lucius Tarquinius Superbus by an earlier Brutus? And the answer is Accius. First bonus for Florida. What is the title of Accius's other fabula praetexta?
There's the Brutus and there's Decius, I'm pretty sure.
Go for it.
Decius final.
Decius is correct. Your second bonus, what is the Latin term for the genre of plays that encompasses most of Accius's works?
Both are not.
Yeah, yes. The Cuvius and Accius, the Cothernata.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fabula Cothernata final.
Fabula Cothernata is correct, and so that's 20 points on toss-up 14 for Florida. Toss-up 15. What group of sisters chose Lerna as the burial place for the heads of their husbands? Florida 2?
The Danaids.
The Danaids is correct. For whose murder they were condemned to ceaselessly fill leaky buckets in the underworld, and the answer was Danaids. First bonus for Florida. Since Hypermnestra spared Lynceus, they were able to carry on the Danaid line. What twins who supposedly quarreled in the womb were the grandsons of Hypermnestra and Lynceus?
It's like
Acrisius and Protus.
Yeah. That's
okay. Acrisius and Protus final.
That is correct. Your second bonus, Ovid calls the Danaids by a patronymic referring to their descent from what man? The father of Danaus and his brother Aegyptus.
Belus.
Yeah, I think Belus is right. Belus final.
Belus is correct, and so that was 20 points for Florida on toss-up 15, and that brings us to another score check.
All right, going into the final quarter, we have Arizona with 40 points, Tennessee with 10 points, and Florida with 130 points.
All right, good work, everybody. We are now heading into the final quarter of round 3 for the afternoon. So we will proceed with toss-up 16. Toss-up 16, what emperor was beheaded and thrown into the Tiber? Florida 3?
Elagabalus.
Yes. After he tried to go back on the arrangement to make his cousin Severus Alexander his Caesar. And Elagabalus is correct. First bonus for Florida. What powerful grandmother of Elagabalus played the Agrippina to his Nero, but was not able to save Elagabalus from himself?
That's right. It's Julia Maesa.
Julia Maesa final.
Julia Maesa is correct. Bonus 2. What city is the origin of the sun god that Elagabalus worshipped in Rome?
I think it's Emesa.
Yeah, Emesa. Yeah.
Okay. Emesa final.
That is correct. 20 points on toss-up 16 for Florida. Toss-up 17. Say in Latin, who knew we would be at home for a very long time? Florida 1.
Like Ski wit nos do mi vore diutissime.
Give me 1 second. We are just going to do a quick alternative check on something. So Arizona 1, do you want to go ahead and give me your answer? We haven't
Sure.
made a call. So what do you have?
Quis skiwit nos domi futuros esse tom dio.
Okay, we are going to accept Florida's answer. And so we will give the bonuses to Florida. Bonus 1. Using an optative subjunctive and amplector for hug, say in Latin, I wish I may hug again those whom I love.
Okay, so I think you use either imperfect or pluperfect or optative. So like utinam, like utinam.
30 seconds.
Okay, so utinam iterum it's like illos quos mo plecterim.
No, you were really good until the verb. We have amplectar. For your second bonus, using lintem for mask, say in Latin to one person, don't trust people not wearing masks.
Okay, so or uh
30 seconds.
I think you can see that. So yeah, noli credere, like non lentea garantibus.
Okay, let me ponder. Okay, yes, we will give it to you. You didn't give us a word for people, but the participle could be substantive. So we will take that. So I believe that makes it 15 points on toss-up 17. And just give me a second to write a note to myself. Okay, good work on some fairly complicated sentences there. Toss-up 18. Toss-up 18. Make any dirty pig, quispiam luteus sus. Florida 1. Answer, please.
Quibus piam luteis subus.
No. Make any dirty pig. Quispiam luteus sus, nominative plural. Arizona one.
Quipiam luteae sua.
No. I will read it one more time. Make any dirty pig. Quispiam luteus sus, nominative plural. Tennessee one.
Quispiae lutae sues.
That is correct. We will do the bonuses in 1 sec. Okay. So this will be the first bonus for Tennessee. Make no witty poem, nullum dicax poema, nominative plural.
So it'd be nulli dicata. No, dicati. Taste.
Yeah, digates. Yeah.
Nulli dicates poemae.
Yeah.
What is poema? I guess it's. Wait. Poema is neuter.
Wait, I guess it's neuter because of the no one.
So, is it just? Does it say the same?
30 seconds.
Answer, please.
Nulla dicates poema.
No, it would be nulla dicacia poemata.
Okay. Never heard
And
of
your second bonus, make every lavish feast quidque sumptuosum epulum, nominative plural.
Quid. Quique?
Quai. I think it's quai.
Oh, quai, because of epula, yeah. Quai.
Sumptuosa epula, yeah.
Yeah. Defer to Benjamin.
Okay. Quaique sumptuosa epula. Final.
No, it's quaique sumptuosae epulae. So that was 10 points for Tennessee on toss-up 18. Toss-up 19. What Silver Age author wrote an epic poem about the Second Punic War in Florida one?
Silius Italicus.
Yes. In 17 books, that is said to be the longest Latin historical epic that comes down to us. Silius Italicus is correct. Florida, your first bonus. According to Pliny the Younger, Silius Italicus had an obsessive admiration for what earlier Roman author whose tomb and relics he possessed?
Virgil.
Yeah, Virgil final.
Virgil is correct. Your second bonus. What other Silver Age author wrote an epic poem on the civil war between Pompey and Caesar?
Lucan, right? The Pharsalia. Lucan final.
Sorry, Lucan is correct. So that was 20 points for Florida on toss-up 19, and we'll do a score check before the final question.
Alrighty, going into the final question, we have Arizona with 40 points, Tennessee with 20 points, and Florida with 185 points.
All right, let us do the final question. Toss up 20. Let's hear some Roman epitaphs. Translate this Latin inscription found on a tombstone into English. Qui legis hunc titulum mortalem te esse memento. Florida 1.
You who read this epitaph, remember that you're mortal.
Yes. Your first bonus. You will have 30 seconds to translate this epitaph. Desine iam mater lacrimis renovare querelas, namque dolor talis non tibi contigit uni.
Now like cease, mother, from like renewing your complaints with tears for
seconds.
Answer, please.
Now like cease, mother, from like renewing your like complaints with tears for like such like pain like has not happened to you alone.
Can you say again what you said after for such pain?
I said like has not happened like to you alone.
Okay, yes, that's good. Sorry, I just lost part of your last sentence there.
That's fine.
All right, for your second bonus, provided that you notice the hyperbaton, you will be able to translate this epitaph with 30 seconds time. Hoc qui scire cupis iaceant quae membras sepulchro disces dum relegas hos modo versiculos.
Okay, so okay, you who wish to know until like in this way you leave behind what, okay, please
30 seconds.
Answer, please.
So you who okay, actually no answer.
You who wish to know what limbs lie in this tomb, you will learn, provided that you read again these little verses. So that was 15 points for Florida on toss-up 20, and let us do a final score check.
Alrighty, at the end of round 3, we have Arizona with 40 points, Tennessee with 20 points, and Florida with 200 points. Good job, everybody.
Good job. So remember that semifinals, there can be sometimes some point adjustments after the round. So although we will paste in the score sheet, you should probably check it again tomorrow morning. And there's also a link to the moderator evaluation that's going into the chat there. I want to thank the players for a good round and our audience members for joining us today. I also want to thank our behind the scenes staff and convention organizers. And I think we are done with round 3. I hope you had fun playing Certamen so far, and good luck for semis.